Welcome back to the Black and Gold Report. We're still joined by head football coach Shane Richardson. Coach, the second half was the same story for the most part. 2 more field goals from Connor Haskins, a 14-yard touchdown run by Tamari White midway through the fourth quarter, which caps the scoring on the day. So the Braves were able to finish pretty strong in this one, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. I thought we really continued to move the ball. We continued to stop them, and that's what we challenged them to do at halftime. And so I expected to see that. I didn't want there to be a let up. I didn't want there to be any guys getting content or letting up from an effort level or a mentality or a focus level or anything like that. And so I think we did that, and I think it showed on the field.
All right, well, we've got some video clips. Will you go ahead and walk us through them?
Absolutely. Here we've got, I believe on the first series of the game, Seth Owen actually connects with B.J. Bunn. B.J. Bunn had to kind of He reached out for that, made a nice catch right there. BJ, on the day, his ankle has been a little bit bothersome for him the past couple of weeks, and so he really did a good job of focusing and still catching the ball there. Again, Seth connects with, I believe, Jonathan Huff right there, and had a really good rhythm, I think, most of the day with him and his receivers, and so that was good to see. Our kickoff team did a great job again this week, really limiting any returns or any field position that they started with, and so that was good by our kickoff team to get down there. Punt return, L.J. Stroman here has been a threat all year and continued to do that on Saturday, and really set us up well all day long for big returns, and you see he takes it into the end zone right there, but has been very dynamic for us in the return game. Here we actually are running the ball here with Zelius Morrow, and he's a big kid that actually can run very, very well. He's played tight end most of the year, but we put him in the backfield, and he was able to really show what he can do around the edge right there. But he's been a good asset for us. Just hard to find big, athletic guys that can be somewhat of a dual threat in the sense of being physical and athletic. L.J. Stroman, I believe, again right here, comes in from the cornerback position and reads a run play really, really well and has a tackle for a loss. Michael Doss, our punter, right here on the day. We're running rugby punt, and there's a semi-built-in check to where if he has it, he can take it. Really didn't want him to take it in that situation, and he actually did and got the first down, so it actually worked out for us pretty well. Tyreek Holloway came in later in the game, and he's one of our younger guys that I'm really looking forward to for next year. And they got down there in our red zone right there, and he was actually able to come up big with an interception to keep them off the board right there. So that was a really good series to see. And then at the end of the game here, Dominique Bridges, one of our senior cornerbacks, does a really nice job of sealing the deal right there and making the interception, so we get the ball back and we're able to close out the game. So a lot of great individual performances by all those guys, and it was great to see a lot of highlights in this one.
Well, a name that jumps out of the box score in this game has to be Connor Haskins. He finishes the game with 4 of 5 on field goal attempts and 2 extra points. How valuable was he for you against Limestone?
Well, Connor's become a very reliable guy for us to score points. And so really anything inside the 50-yard mark as far as field goals go, we rely on him to try to get it through for us. And so he's been a great asset for us and has done a very good job of just focusing on his craft and really doing everything possible to be at his best in the kicking game.
Well, I'm sure you and your staff have already looked to the 2015 season, but what do the next 2 to 3 weeks look like for you and your coaching staff now?
Well, this week we will actually be able to sit down with our players and really detail out all of our final end of the year evaluations of the season and make sure that players are on board with everything that we see from a coaching standpoint and where they need to be at, what they need to do in this off season, and make sure that they understand kind of what's to be expected here going into the 2015 year. And so we'll do that this week. We'll start to plan for recruiting. We'll start to get on the road here at the end of this week and then going into next week. Of course, Thanksgiving is sprinkled in there, but then all the way into December, we'll really get into recruiting very, very heavy in December. And so really looking forward to hitting the road and looking for some of the great players that are out there that we've been in touch with up until now. And we're excited for a great offseason for our players and they will get in the weight room for a few days here until we go on break, and just looking forward to great momentum going into this offseason of getting prepared for a great 2015.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the show with us today and throughout the entire season.
Thank you, Jenna, for having me.
And we will see you again in the spring.
Great. Thank you.
All right. Well, we're going to take our next break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking cross country with head coach Dr. Peter Ormsby and runner Wilson Pearson. So stay tuned.